Treating phase 1 cases with Invisalign for years now. And I was asked to talk about what are some of the key marketing things with bringing Invisalign First into a practice. And I put this slide up there because really in this role, my accolades of education and experience are parallel with yours, okay? We're all orthodontists trained very well. What I have, I started out as a hygienist, so that brings a little bit of a uniqueness to my perspective. I also had 3 out of my 4 kids go through orthodontic treatment, so I see it from the eyes of a mom as well. So when I look at doing Invisalign First in my practice, I wanted to think about what is the typical 8 to 10-year-old kid like? Well, they're in the 3rd to 4th grade. They can count backwards, and they know the date. Why is this important? Because they're going to have to help their parents remember to switch their aligners weekly. And kids in this age group can help with that responsibility. They know the days of the week and the month in order. So they know if they're changing on the 5s, I'm changing the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, or I'm changing every Saturday night or every Sunday night. So these kids grasp that concept by this age. They can dress themselves, okay? This is going to be another thing that I talk about in a few minutes, but they've gotten an independence now where they're not being bathed by their parents. They're not, they're probably picking out their own clothes, and they're proud of their independence. And they're concerned about what others think of them, okay? They're aware if they have a malocclusion that's unaesthetic. Well, then the other half of the equation with Invisalign First that you're dealing with is the moms. And in this age group, we're talking about the millennial moms. And I don't want to be sexist. We've got millennial dads now bringing the kids into the practice as well. Okay, this is not just the moms. And what is it unique about these parents? They use technology. It's part of their day-to-day life, their day-to-day routine. They've put testimonials online, and they've viewed during the last week something that they're going to purchase. And trust me, they have already checked you out before they come in. And they're also looking at how this is going to affect them and not just their child. So what is important to them? Saving time. They want convenience. They don't want to have to miss work. They're already juggling a million things, soccer practice, family dinners, etc. They also want to get a value. They want to feel like they're the hero in the situation. Look what I found, look what it did for my child, and I got a good deal on it too. They want to know that it's safe, okay? You may get a question about what is the plastic. Have your MSDS sheet ready. Know what you're offering their child because you will be asked the question. And how are you going to help her be a better partner with her child? Okay? Gone are the days where a parent in my generation, when I was a kid, said you're going to go to this doctor and you're going to do what the doctor says, no discussion. But now in the consult room, I've had parents look at the child right in front of me and say, do you like it here? Okay, that's a true story. They want simplicity. If you can tell them fewer emergency appointments, no pokey wires, that's going to resonate with them. They want to interact through technology. So if you have a way for them to make appointments, change appointments, and things like that online, you're going to stand out in front of another practice that they might be looking at. They're going to talk about you on social media, so the experience better be a great experience. Don't nickel and dime these patients' parents to death. If they think that you're doing that and they're not getting a good value, they're going to talk about you. And if they lose more than 6 aligners and you have to order one and it costs $10, please don't charge them for that, because that is marketing money at that point. So they want quality and they want it at a fair price and they want to be part of the plan. You better have a goal, you better be able to explain it, and you better be able to tell them what the action steps are. That may mean you're going through CLIN checks with these parents. And then when you introduce this, and your practice is going to take the step and embrace this, introduce it through social media. That's your website, your Facebook, your mobile app that you have. And this is an example of what we have on our mobile app that talks about Invisalign for the growing patients. And then in your consultations, you need to have a wow factor. Remember, visualization is key. We use health indication visualization charts. So you can say your child matches example A, B, or C here, and they can see, oh yeah, that is something that is on a health chart and that needs to be treated. You can show them on the occlusogram where they're having a deep impinging bite and where their teeth are being worn. But if you take any pearl back from what I say, this is the one I think that's the most important. Talk about the responsibilities between the different options. When I talk about the responsibilities of Invisalign First, it's taking them out to enjoy hard and sticky foods and making sure that you brush and floss when they're out, okay? And you have to wear them. It sounds very simple. And then pull out a typodont and say, let's talk about the responsibility of a fixed appliance option. Literally show them how they're going to need to floss. Explain, and this comes from my hygiene days, that these children are not old enough and coordinated enough to do this themselves, and that at your first visit we'll teach you how to do it. Most parents floss their children's teeth with braces at night. Will that work for your family? And don't say anything else for a minute. And also focus on a lifestyle. These parents want their kids to enjoy what the other kids are having, so they can go to the movies, they can do their trick-or-treating. They don't want their kids to have emergency situations where you have to come in the middle of a weekend and get something repaired. They want them to be able to enjoy sports and music. And Invisalign First provides that opportunity without any lifestyle change. And last but not least, have a portfolio of cases that you can show them that are similar. Show them the extraoral and the intraoral. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Let them see a comparison. Have a variety. And if you don't have these cases in your practice, the Academy site on the Invisalign doctor site has cases that have been treated with Invisalign First. Now, I'm not saying tell the parents that you treated those cases, but you can simply say, here are examples of cases that have been treated with Invisalign First, and this is the kind of results doctors get. So, vertical maxillary excess, before and after. Your class 3s, underbites, it's powerful. Your mandibular advancement cases, now that you have the opportunity to use that product. But if nothing else fails, show them what the alternatives can be. It's a very good sales tool. So as a doctor, why would you want to change when the old way has always worked for you? It's easier on everyone, the parents, your staff, the patients, and yourself. It's less stress on the staff, having to juggle with all the hiccups that come along with brackets and wires. And you can grow your practice without really adding a whole lot of auxiliary staff. You minimize your schedule disruptions because there aren't emergencies coming in. And you can control your overhead with the wages. And it's a truly office differentiator because they'll come in after you get a seed number of patients and they'll be asking for it because they know that's what you offer. Often we also see a dual start opportunity with the parents being very curious when they can start seeing what it happens for the kiddos. And one of the weird things that's happened at our office, sometimes we'll use like a V-Pro 5 or an acceleration appliance, and they start asking if they could buy their kiddo an extra plate to use and things like that. So it's really becomes a family project. And if nothing else, as an exit strategy for an orthodontist, a modern thinking practice will be easier to transition than one that's kind of stuck in the Stone Age. Don't let your comfort zone get in your way. And I love this cartoon to finish on, because it really says everything that I think. Thank you.